As you know, 2020 has been an interesting year for all of us, and there's been a lot of different drivers in the market towards cloud for our customers in the public sector. Probably first and foremost, as everybody you imagine, is COVID-19. You can't, we're all going in this new normal and stuff and everything. But the interesting thing is the public sector has really embraced the cloud because of this. They've had to do things differently. And in the last 3 months, during the major part of it, they spent over $900 million in cloud services. And that's amazing. If you think about beforehand, where some agencies were just dipping their toe in the cloud, some agencies were doing more, but COVID-19 really forced the issue. And now they're having to figure out how to use the cloud effectively in these uncertain times. Next thing, what's another driver? The Cloud Smart Initiative. We talked about it last year. In July of last year when we did this, Cloud Smart Initiative just come out, and now it's a year old. And what we're finding is 71% of the agencies across the federal space has adopted the policy and are moving towards more and more cloud services. It's no longer cloud first, it's cloud smart. And so that has really helped. Why has that been adopted? Well, that's because of the executive leadership at our agencies. They've started embracing innovation more. They realize the cloud brings something that they can't do in their data centers today. And when you couple that with what's going on with COVID, they need to do something different, and they are. So we're seeing the leadership embrace that. Also, Fedramp. Look at Fedramp. There are more offerings that are Fedramp authorized today than ever before. And you could say it's just a matter of time, and that's true. But the other thing is Fedramp's gotten smart. They realize that their certification process can take a long time, and they've been doing things to optimize, to speed up the certification process so more things get there faster to help out the public sector. Next, if you think about it, TIC 3.0 guidelines came out, and the beauty about the TIC 3.0 is it's removing the security roadblocks. If security always, comes up as cloud, an issue for whatever agency you talk to, and how to get to the cloud. Well, TIC 3.0 answers those questions. And so because of that, we're seeing more and more people start adopting the cloud. I was actually on a call yesterday with an agency, and TIC 3.0 came up, and they're actually doing a pilot right now, and they're saying this won't interfere with the cloud migration that agency is trying to do. So the security folks are embracing the cloud as well. The next thing is data. Remember, data is the lifeblood of any agency. Data is the lifeblood of any company, and how you utilize that data supports your mission. Well, what we've seen is the data centricity, best practices coming around data management. Go talk to Dave Vinegren and his team. They're getting slammed because more and more people realize this and are helping around those best practices. Finally, the last thing here is actually GSA. GSAs with their Cloud Center of Excellence, and if you remember the Technology Monetary Fund, have really helped agencies adopt the cloud. Now, if you remember the TMF, when it first came out, it didn't have a lot of funding in there. So not a lot of agencies used it, smaller ones did. But in this light of COVID, the Congress has a bill right now that if it passes are going to put over $1 billion into the TMF for next year. There's something that we need to watch for, because that's going to help drive cloud adoption even more. When you give people money, they'll go do something. So those are the major drivers we've seen throughout the years. Are there others? Of course there are, but these are some of the big ones that we're seeing. So let's move on. Let's look at now the spend across, because we've talked about the past. Let's talk going future and forward. You can see where the spend was in 2018 in the civilian defense. You can see where it was last year in 19. Looks what's forecasted out. You see the nice growth. These numbers are already kind of probably going to be low with everything going on today. We expect to see the cloud spend increase in both the civilian and the defense. So, and you can also sell the intel agencies. They're starting to adopt more cloud practices as well. So we can see an increase there as well.